Ladies and gentlemen, we are very familiar with the Switch and how well it's doing, and you can probably guess at least 5 or 6 of the top best-selling Switch games of all time. But what about the other Nintendo consoles? In today's video, we're going to go over the top 10 best-selling games of every Nintendo console, so let's just go ahead and get right into it. Yeah, this is actually going to be pretty fun, so I hope you enjoy this. This is a very simple premise. It's exactly what I said. We're going to go over the top 10 best-selling games of every Nintendo console. This is not a list that I created. I actually stumbled across this on Reddit. It's a very impressive graph they made, and I think this will be a lot of fun to go over. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, and let's just go ahead and get right into it. So quickly, I want to give credit where it's due. This is coming from somebody named Tom Cyberlife on Reddit, and this is just a very well made graph. So we're going to start with the Famicom. 40 million copies of Super Mario Bros. That's very impressive. And then it's kind of interesting. Duck Hunt is 28 million copies. Like, if you would have asked me how many copies of Duck Hunt were sold, I would have not said 28 million. Dang, Super Mario Bros. 3 only sold 18 million. This and Super Mario Sunshine are probably tied for my favorite Mario games. Legend of Zelda, 6 million. Golf, 4 million. Pretty crazy. Super Famicom, 20 million copies of Super Mario World. Super Mario All-Stars, that's like 3 or 4 Mario games, I think, 10 million. Donkey Kong Country, 9 million. The first Mario Kart game only sold 8 million. A Link to the Past, 4 million. That's not good. That's one of the best Zeldas ever. I don't like how this graph is set up though. It does not. It should be going in chronological order, and it does not. Game Boy and Game Boy Color. Pokemon Red, Green, Blue, Yellow, 46 million copies. Gold and Silver and Crystal, 30 million. Tetris, 35 million. Dang, Pokemon Pinball, 5 million. N64. Super Mario 64, 11 million. Like, I thought that number would be way bigger for some reason. And Mario Kart, only 9 million. This is kind of crazy. These numbers look way lower than I would suspect that they would be. I feel like the Nintendo 64 was massive at the time, but I guess more people probably went with the PlayStation 1. So I'd be curious to see their sell numbers for their biggest games, but these are like at least half of what I think they would be. Like, minimum, I would have said Super Mario 64 is 20 million copies sold. Ocarina of Time only sold 7 million copies. Holy shit, that is crazy. That is crazy. Smash Brothers, 5 million copies. Game Boy Advance, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, 16 million. Fire Red and Leaf Green, just re-releasing Pokemon games, are selling 12 million copies. Pretty crazy. I actually have a Game Boy Advance video I'm working on right now that should be coming out this week. GameCube, the best Nintendo console, but unfortunately it was not popular at the time. Smash, 7.4 million copies. Double Dash, 7 million. Super Mario Sunshine, 6 million. Wind Waker, 4 million. What the hell, dude? My favorite Zelda game. It hurts to see this. I think the DS is really where they started to take off in terms of sales, I guess, in that generation. Mario sold 30 million copies. Nintendogs, 24 million. That is so crazy. Mario Kart DS is actually not a bad Mario Kart game. 23 million copies. Diamond and Pearl, 17 million. Black and White, 15 million. Heart Gold, Soul Silver, 12 million. And then the Wii, 82 million copies of Wii Sports. But this was included as a package deal, so if you're buying a Wii new, you're getting Wii Sports. It is what it is, right? Still though, 82 million copies of any freaking game it's unreal. Mario Kart Wii, so this is games you actually had to go out and buy. Mario Kart Wii, 37 million. Wii Sports Resort. You know what's crazy is I don't think I've ever played Wii Sports Resort. 33 million copies is pretty insane. Wow, Super Mario Galaxy only 12 million copies. One of my favorite Wii games that I played, it's so weird, but I would actually play it with motion controls, was, I think, Black Ops? No. Modern Warfare 3. Like, you would have to aim the stick and then really shoot. It was so crazy, but it got so fun. And then the Wii Pro Controller, or whatever it's called, the one that looks like a real controller, I actually really enjoyed that controller for some reason. But the Wii is pretty fun. I tried to go back and play it recently. The graphics just don't hold up. Like, GameCube graphics, I feel like hold up better than Wii graphics for some reason. The 3DS, the console, the 3DS and the Wii U, I kind of missed both of these generations. I just was not gaming at the time. Mario Kart 7, 19 million copies. Retro Studios made Mario Kart 7. That's the same company who made the Metroid Prime games and is currently working on Metroid Prime 4. I don't know why that information is something I need to talk about, but I just find that, I guess, interesting. New Super Mario Bros. 2, I don't think I've ever played that. These are pretty impressive sales numbers, so this is a very strong generation. Yokai Watch 2, 7 million copies. That is insane. And then we have the Wii U. I talked about launch games for each Nintendo console, like the Wii, Wii U, the Switch. And then I looked at sales numbers for each console, and I just found it really crazy that no Wii U game ever sold over 10 million copies. And they only sold 13 million Wii U consoles, which is so crazy. Like the Switch could sell that in its 7th year in 4 or 5 months. But Mario Kart 8 million, New Super 3D World, or Super Mario 3D World, 5 million, Super Mario Bros. U, 5 million, Smash. I don't think I ever played Smash on the Wii. Isn't it this Smash Brothers for the 3DS and the Wii U? Isn't it the same game, I think? And you can transfer the characters around or something. Nintendo Land, Splatoon, 5 million. That's not bad for a brand new franchise. Super Mario Maker, Super Luigi U. This is crazy. Wind Waker HD and Mario Party 10. It's so crazy. Twilight Princess just gets no love. I'm currently playing it on a Dolphin emulator, and it's such a good Zelda game. It makes me sad that it doesn't get more love. And then we have the Nintendo Switch. Let's just try to guess the top 10 off the top of our head. Let's see what we get right. Number 1, Animal Crossing. No. Number 1, Mario Kart. Number 2, Animal Crossing. Number 3, Super Mario Odyssey. Number 4, Breath of the Wild. Number 5, Smash Brothers. Number 6, Pokemon Sword and Shield. Number 7, Tears of the Kingdom. Number 8, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Number 9, what will we go with? I don't know. We guessed 8, so let's see what we get wrong. Got Mario Kart right. Got Animal Crossing right. Got Smash Brothers right. Breath of the Wild right. Mario Odyssey right. Sword and Shield right. Scarlet and Violet right. Tears of the Kingdom right. The 2 that I was missing. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe and Super Mario Party. You know what's crazy is Animal Crossing, very popular. Yes, I'm not going to take that away from them. The game was good. It got boring super fast for me, but it's a good game. If it did not come out at the beginning of the pandemic, I think those sales numbers would have been 25 million max. It came out at the beginning of the pandemic. You were stuck at home. You wanted to live in a virtual world where you could do whatever you want, and it just came out at the perfect time. And what am I trying to say by this? Nintendo started the coronavirus. That's right. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, it's perfect timing. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is crazy. 60 million copies. This is a 11-year game at this point. This is just a Wii U game where they added some more courses and a couple more characters, but the game looks great. It still holds up. Smash, 33 million copies. I think that's insanely impressive to see how big Super Smash Bros. Just came. Because before this, the Wii U, 5 million copies of Smash. The Wii, 13 million copies of Smash. GameCube, 7 million copies, 5 million copies. So looking back at that and then going to this, 33 million copies, that's freaking crazy how massive Super Smash Bros. Is. And I know it has an esports aspect to it, but Breath of the Wild, 31 million copies. Tears of the Kingdom already 20 million copies, and it hasn't even been a year yet. I'd be curious to see games right on the tail end of this. I would probably see Switch Sports, I think, is doing really well. Super Mario Wonders, probably around 10 million copies. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about all this? Did any of these entries on these lists surprise you? I suspected Nintendo 64 games would have sold a lot more, and they just didn't, and that kind of hurts me inside. So I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this. Like I said, I found this on Reddit, so shout out to the person who made this list. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you could. I'd really appreciate a follow. And you guys know me. I'll see you soon with a new video. Peace out.